Good evening, everyone. My name is Zain Jamo, and welcome to the main news. And of course, it's a lovely evening to you, Joyce.
Well, a lovely evening to you, Zain, and thank you once again for joining us on the main news. My name is Joyce Mabika with Piswe Jomnika on sign language.
And later on, Duran Ngube will be joining us from our Montreux studios, but these are our headlines.
President Emerson Mnangagwa says national address is an affirmation of identity and cultural heritage.
He said this while addressing cabinet ministers marking Culture Month.
Our leading business story tonight, the Zimbabwe National Statistics Agency enhances its data collection and dissemination strategies.
And in sport, Tek Shaw Chinyama bounces back at Dynamos as strikers development coach.
Well, those are some of the stories to look forward to in this bulletin. We'll now give you the news in detail. President Emerson Mnangagwa and cabinet ministers are leading by example in celebrating Culture Month after donning the national fabric during the first cabinet meeting this month.
In his address, the president said the national fabric is a representation of the country's history, values, and inspirations. Let's take a look.
Celebrating Indigenous voices is the theme for the 2025 Culture Month. As he addressed cabinet here at State House, President Mnangagwa said the Culture Month is a time to celebrate the traditions and different cultures that make the Zimbabwean people.
The decision to wear our national dress at today's meeting is rooted in our collective commitment to preserving and showcasing the rich tapestry of Zimbabwean culture. Our attire is more than fabric and design. It is a representation of our history, our values and aspirations as a people. It embodies the resilience of our people, the vibrance of our traditions, and the unity that binds us together as a people and as a nation. By embracing our national dress, we reaffirm Zimbabwe's place in the global dialogue on cultural preservation and appreciation. Let today serve as a reminder that our culture is not static. It is dynamic, evolving, and deeply interwoven with our national identity as a people. As leaders, we have a responsibility to champion and promote our heritage as a people, ensuring that future generations inherit a legacy of pride and cultural consciousness. May this occasion inspire us to continue advocating for the richness of Zimbabwean traditions, not only in May, but throughout the year.
With May 21 marked as the World Day of Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development, President Mnangagwa said it is a time to promote and showcase the diversity of the Zimbabwean culture while encompassing both the indigenous and contemporary traits that make and define various cultural expressions.
As we gather today, adorned in our national dress, we do so not merely as a symbolic gesture, but as a profound affirmation of our identity, our heritage, and the pride of our culture. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization proclaimed 21st May as the World Day of Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development. The day was set aside to promote, commemorate, and celebrate the world's diverse cultures. The celebrations to mark the day run for a whole month and offer a window to promote and showcase the diversity of Zimbabwean culture, encompassing both the indigenous and contemporary traits of cultural expressions. The month of May, designated as the National Culture Month, therefore serves as a time for reflection, celebration, and the promotion of Zimbabwean traditions that define us as a people. Accordingly, Cabinet at its 11th meeting held last week agreed that all cabinet ministers should don the national dress for today's meeting.
Masvingo Province will host the launch of the National Culture Month at a day to be advised, with various activities lined up. Olina Ndori, ZBC News, State House.
Cabinet has approved minimum service delivery standards for local authorities to facilitate efficient service delivery.
The post-cabinet media briefing was addressed by the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Jennifer Muskwere, in Harare this Tuesday. Among the major outcomes is the setting up of a minimum service delivery standards for local authorities, as government seeks to ensure that ratepayers get value for their money and for the country to attain an upper middle income society status by 2030.
The minimum service delivery standards framework places focus on water, supply, sanitation, solid waste management, roads and public lighting, corporate governance, public health, environmental issues, and housing and community services. Each area is performance indicators, benchmarks, and performance standards.
The development comes as several local authorities are struggling to provide basic services that include refuse collection, provision of water and sanitary services, as well as maintenance of roads. This has prompted government to intervene through such programs as the Emergency Roads Rehabilitation Program, ERRP, which has been extended to urban areas. Cabinet also noted progress on price and exchange rate stability during the period between January and March 2025.
The surveys target 14 basic commodities, namely mealie meal, laundry soap, cooking oil, bread, sugar, flour, rice, bath soap, washing powder, fresh milk, eggs, beef, chicken, and salt. The nation is advised that there is a positive correlation between the movements in the price of basic commodities and exchange rate movements.
A climate change amendment bill was also approved by the cabinet.
The bill will regulate greenhouse gas emissions, promote low carbon development, and support carbon trading. It will establish a designated National Authority for Carbon Trading and a National Climate Fund to support climate change initiatives.
Other key takeaways from the post-cabinet briefing were a review of the 2025 Zimbabwe International Trade Fair and reports on 100-day cycle projects being implemented across the country. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
The visiting UN Women delegation has met President Emmerson Mnangagwa at State House in Harare this Tuesday with discussions centered on women empowerment.
The delegation, which has been in the country for the past 2 days, has met with various government bodies and parliamentarians and is looking at issues regarding UN programming in Zimbabwe, joint programming between the UN and government, along with issues relating to the UN reform. A briefing journalists after the closed-door meeting, head of delegation Ms. Nicola Classe said they discussed their program in visiting Zimbabwe and support that the UN is giving to the country.
We had the opportunity to inform His Excellency the Presidency about our week here in Zimbabwe, where we're going to have very many different meetings. We started already yesterday before this meeting. We just came from a meeting with the parliamentarians. So I think what we are here to look at is, of course, the work of UN Women and how UN Women works in the UN system, and also can work in supporting Zimbabwe. So that is the mission that we're on.
She added that, like other countries, Zimbabwe is also making notable strides in implementing policies related to gender equality.
We've been having really good discussions on implementation, as is usually the case in countries, and what the kind of challenges that the country is facing and where progress is being made. So I think really good discussions.
2025 marks 80 years since the United Nations Charter was signed on 26 June 1945, with the UN Women pushing for an equal opportunity platform under the theme for all women and girls, rights, equality, empowerment. Olin Ndori, ZBC News, State House.
Government is working flat out to restore electricity supplies in all parts of the country, with the ongoing restoration of 5 units at Hwange Power Station expected to be completed by Friday this week.
Presenting a power supply update in Harare this Tuesday, the acting Minister of Energy and Power Development, Dr. Jennifer Muskwere, outlined interventions taken to ease power outages following technical faults at Hwange Power Station and Harare Sub Station in Highfield.
On Sunday, 4 May 2025, Hwange Power Station experienced a loss of Unit 2 at approximately 11 a.m. due to a tube leak. Repairs are now in progress on Units 1 and 2. The first unit is expected to return to service midnight tonight into the morning of Wednesday, the 7th of May 2025. Pressure testing and repairs on Units 3, 4, and 6 are ongoing. This will be followed by requisite repairs. All 5 affected units are projected to be fully operational by the end of the day on Friday, the 9th of May 2025.
Dr. Muskwere highlighted progress in terms of restoring normal power supplies. In a statement this Tuesday, the power utilities confirmed that Unit 2 of the Hwange Power Station was affected by a tube leak, while all other units were affected by a possible water contamination. According to ZESA, repairs are in progress, with all the 5 affected units expected to be fully operational by end of day on Friday. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
The Geopomona waste-to-energy plant continues to attract regional and international interest, with Ghana being the latest nation to explore the model of sustainable waste management and clean energy production.
A delegation from the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College's Senior Command and Staff Course number 46 toured the Geopomona Waste Management Private Limited site in Harare this Tuesday. The visit was aimed at providing the delegation with insights into the scope of the Southern Africa's model waste-to-energy plant.
We are here on a study tour of Zimbabwe, and our theme is on climate change, its impact on economic development and national security. So as part of the research, we had the opportunity to visit the Geopomona waste management plants, where we're taking through how waste is being managed for sustainable development. We have learned a lot.
We are highly impressed because, as you know, part of urbanization is the issue or problem of waste management. And I think Zimbabwe, and for that matter, the city of Harare, has taken a right decision by putting up this facility to manage waste. So far, the tour that we have undertaken has exposed us to a very high standard of waste management.
Coming here has changed my perception on how waste is managed. And this facility is a very impressive one, and I think that such a facility or such innovative ways of waste management is revolutionary, and it should be replicated not only within Zimbabwe but across our continent.
Geopomona Waste Management Private Limited Chief Executive Officer and Executive Chairperson Dr. Lightening briefed visitors on the site's transformation from being a dump site to being a major waste-to-energy project.
We are now focusing on the construction of waste-to-energy plant where we are going to generate electricity from waste and feed to the national grid. We are going to start the civil works of waste-to-energy plant in June, so that this will take 24 months to complete the waste-to-energy plant, so that we will generate electricity.
Since its inception, the Geopomona waste-to-energy plant has garnered significant attention from various stakeholders, including companies, organizations, and diplomats, highlighting its role as a model for sustainable waste management and energy production. Upon completion, the plant is expected to process 1,000 tons of waste daily and generate up to 22 megawatts of power, which will be fed into the national grid. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
The First Lady, Dr. Mnangagwa, who is also the Agric for She patron, has launched the Agritourism for She program in Buhera Manicaland province this Tuesday. Let's take a look.
Mr. and Mrs. Taranike homestead in Mukoto village, Buhera district, Manicaland province, was a hive of activity this Tuesday when the Agric for She patron First Lady Dr. Mnangagwa launched another Agric for She project dubbed Agritourism for She. The program, which is set to be a game changer for women, is meant to promote agricultural practices that contribute to the growth of domestic tourism in the country. These include botanical gardens and value addition of agricultural produce. Manicaland province is the first to benefit from the first of its kind project in the country. The significance of cultural tourism was also topical at the event, which saw Amai having a tour of the Garden of Remembrance at the Taranike homestead. The host, Mrs. Christine Taranike, affectionately known as Mai Chimuti in Mkoto village, is an Agric for She beneficiary who produces traditional grains, citrus fruits, and various horticultural products. She is also into poultry and beekeeping. The successful farmer is also into value addition of your farm produce and fruits. In line with the First Lady's teachings, Mrs. Taranike is doing the projects with other women from the community. Through value addition, she is making baobab sweets, baobab coffee, baobab smoothie, and baobab juice. She is also making millet meal and sorghum meal from traditional grains. Not to be outdone are honey, peanut butter, mufushwa, biltong, wheat meal, round nut soup thickener, which she is also making. Dr. Mnangagwa also toured some exhibition stands set up by women from the province who were showcasing produce from their gardens and fields. Of note were rubber bananas, which are popular in Manicaland. The bananas captured everyone's attention owing to their size. Beneficiaries of Amai's traditional cookout competition also displayed a variety of mouth-watering traditional dishes which they prepared. Amai encouraged the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority to work with a group of women who are doing value addition. Universities and colleges from all the country's provinces were also part of the showcase, with Hillside Teachers College exhibiting their Madumbe crisps and Rio biscuits. Kwekwe Polytechnic College displayed their silage making and a hand-operating chicken feed mill, much to the delight of Amai and their entourage. The First Lady, who is also the country's environment patron, led a tree planting exercise. The Mother of the Nation proceeded to address the gathering, outlining what the program entails, rallying women to be part of the life-transforming initiative.
Chirongwa ichi chinotarisawo nzvimbo dzatinogara tichiratidzira unyanzvi hwekuvaka misha yatinoti agrotourism. Tichiratidza kuti misha yedu tingainakisa zvakaita sei. Umisha hwemabasa tinokwanisa kuita pamusha apa sepamusha panhasi. Iri hurudziwo futi yekuti vana mai takapiwa chinzvimbo saana mai kuti chiitai tikuone kuti munosvika papi. Zvino tiri kutoenda nhasi ndo patasvika apa. Misha mingani yatinozoda kuzouyawo kuzoona maita agrotourism. Agrotourism toti kubazi revetourism tiri kuti domestic tourism ndopa yakutangira. Maichimuti nhasi vatidzidzisa kuti musha ndowavanhu, vhura mukova, vhura gedhi vanhu vapinde, mutandare muzivane, mutaurirane, muite zvose zvepachivanhu chedu semagariro edu netsika dzedu. Ndobva taona kuti zvino zvovandudza madzinza edu, zvovandudza mitauro yedu, zvovandudza kuti ikoko tinogara sei, uku tinogara sei, tinobika sei, tozodya sei. Zvazvasumudza zvakare culture zvatinoti unhu hwedu, matauro edu, zvipauro zvakasiyana-siyana tazviziva here munyika yekwedu yeZimbabwe. Izvi zvinovandudza kuchengetedzwa kwenharaunda. Unoona uchiteta kubata demo kunotema muti uyo, hauzokwanisa kuita izvozvo nekuti zvatichengetedzera nharaunda. Nokuti pamai chimuti pano hapana chisipo, nemiti iyoyi yese vakachengetedza, nokuti mimiti imo ndomatinowana upenyu hwedu, ndomatinowana raramo, ndomine mishonga yedu. Saka zvose izvozvo idzidziso yapiwa namai chimuti zvichibva muAgric for She. Agric for She yazobara agro-tourism. Tinotarisawo zvakare zvirimwa zvinoyevedza pamwe namasango atinochengetedza yatinoti botanical gardens, pamwe nenyuchi zvirikuitwa muno mubwera. Pana pazviripo vane miti yavari kuchengeta iri kupa uchi. Tinoda kuti vazhinji tese tipinde muAgric for She. Tabuda muAgric for She, toenda muagro-tourism.
Amai Mnangagwa, who is tourism and hospitality patron, also rallied people from Manicaland province to take advantage of the province's unique endowments and rich landscapes to grow cultural and agro-tourism.
Dunhu reManicaland rine mukana mukuru wekusimudza GDP yedunhu rayo pamwe nenyika kubudikidza neagro-tourism zvatiri kuona pano. Makatarisa Manicaland kuti makakomborerwa sei, zvamunazvo kuno hazvina vazhinji vemaprovinsi mamwe ari mnandi. Kuno tinowana kune makomo anoyevedza azere nemiti. Kuno zvakare kune nzvimbo dzakawanda dzinoyera. Izvozvo zvinopa kuti chidzidziso kuti muculture medu zvizvatinokoshesa maererano nenhoroondo yedu yenyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Ndiko kuno zvakare kunorimwa zvinoyevedza. Makatarisa zvakaita vana tea hatina kwatinovawana, vana coffee hatina kwatinovawana, macadamia, mabhanana. Musazvitarisira pasi vanhu veManicaland, makakoshera nyika yeZimbabwe. Chichengetedzai zvamuri kugara nazvo, zvinoponesa vakawanda.
Dr. Mnangagwa also encouraged women to work together and to empower each other for the benefit of their communities. She also reiterated the need to consume traditional dishes which are highly nutritious and medicinal. Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Manicaland Province Advocate Mishek Mugaza said agro-tourism for She is key in building a future that is resilient and proudly Zimbabwean. Zim Chair's Professor Manduvamba Rukuni weighed in, saying that the newly launched agro-tourism for She is set to be a game changer for women.
Agro-tourism for She inobatanidza masectors akawanda, ndo zvakanyanya kunakira. Madzimai akutobata mari gore rese. Kana tichitaura nezve agriculture, rural industrialization, environmental preservation, kuchengetedza zvinhu zvedu zvese zvinozobatanidzwa neagro-tourism. Isusu takutoti tiri kumayunivhesiti ngaichiitwa program yamai ngaichinda mucurriculum chaimo pese.
The host, Mrs. Christine Taranike, was ecstatic about the development.
Ndoda kutenda amai Dr. Kusilia Mnangagwa nechirongwa chavo cheAgric for She. Nhasi chandisvitsa pane imwe level. Isu kuno hatichangorimi zvokudya chete semhuri, asi takutoita bhizimusi.
Other beneficiaries are also upbeat of a fruitful journey.
Tinoda kutenda neagro-tourism yaronjwa namama. Yatikomborera zvakanyanya. Yatipa manyawu ekuti tiende kunowedzera zvatiri kuita. Kuburikidza namai tiri kopfuurira mberi nekodzidzisa vamwe vedu.
Driven by a need to see women succeeding in agriculture, Amai Mnangagwa, herself an avid farmer, has launched various projects under her Agric for She program, which are proving to be a game changer, with more women contributing to food security, while also increasingly taking agriculture as a business. These include Pfumvudza for She, Livestock for She, Fisheries for She, Horticulture for She, Nips for She, Banana for She, and Poultry for She. Meanwhile, The need to realize the importance of cultural tourism also came under the spotlight at the event after the First Lady was taken through a tour of Garden of Remembrance at the Taranike homestead. The memorial park allows one to explore and experience unique cultural aspects, to learn, discover, and engage with the local culture. Cultural tourism goes beyond visiting attractions and delves into the heart of a culture's traditions, practices, and way of life. And according to Headman Mumbeyarara, the Remembrance Garden is key in the preservation of a family's history.
Kare vanhu vaitotya kuenda kumakuva, but now uye zvinezvi vakunyatsoziva kukoshesa kwazvo kuti aiwa kumakuva hakutyisi kana kukagadzirwa zvakanaka. Chinhu chinotoyevedza zvekuti generation negeneration inge ichiuya ichinyatsoziva kuti uyu ndinhingi, uyu ndinhingi, uyu ndinhingi akashayika nguva dzakati. Zvese izvozvo zvinhu zvakanaka kwazvo ende zvinoyevedza mukati memhuri kana mukati medunhu.
Several women who have so far distinguished themselves in agro-tourism were honored with certificates by the First Lady. They were also given fruit trees, maize seed, pesticides, and fertilizers. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Buhera.
Zimbabwe is set to accrue more benefits from its diplomatic relations with China amid partnerships in various sectors of the economy. In an interview dubbed China-Africa Talk, Zimbabwe's top envoy to China, Ambassador Abigail Shoniwa, reflected on the 45 years of diplomatic relations between the two countries.
Zimbabwe and China have enjoyed a very good relationship, strong, solid foundation in their relationship, which stretches back, many years ago to pre-independence time. So it's been a journey, and that relationship has grown stronger and stronger. We've seen a lot of participation by Chinese companies. The government itself, we've received a lot of support from the government to do very big infrastructure projects. Chinese government support, yes, through their institutions, supporting big projects, infrastructure projects, that are legacy projects really, that will stand, for a long time. You're looking at airports, you're looking at power generation projects, you're looking at road infrastructure. Right now, there are projects that are being implemented in industrial parks, etc. So it's an evolution, and with these projects, we are really looking forward to our vision 2030. We are driving towards that, so we're quite excited about that.
The Southern African Development Community is putting more attention towards human capital development within the defense and security sector, aimed to create a skilled and professional workforce to address regional challenges and promote stability.
SADC Defense and Security Human Resources Working Group executives are meeting in Harare for 2 days for their annual general meeting that seeks to forge strategies to enhance human capital development within the sector. The meeting comes under the ambit of the SADC region's thrust, which underscores human resource development as a critical component to achieving its objectives of regional integration, economic development, peace and security.
As a region, we need to continue to sharpen this key resource through training and development, as it is a fundamental pillar on which the SADC core values and capacities are anchored. It is also very important to always have a well-trained and disciplined human resource. There will always be staffing needs for peace support operations in the region, and it is fundamental to deploy personnel according to qualification and capability. It is your role as the Human Resource Working Group to come up with the correct staffing template as prescribed by the SADC Secretariat and recruitment policy.
Over the next 2 days, the regional human resources executives will therefore strengthen attention on recruitment policy, among other key issues. According to the SADC Secretariat, the region aims to create a skilled and professional workforce to address regional challenges and promote stability.
As ZANU-PF Secretary-General Comrade Obert Mpofu is advising all Politburo members that there will be a Politburo meeting tomorrow, the 7th of May 2025 at the ZANU-PF headquarters. The meeting will start at 10 a.m. All members are requested to be seated by 9:45 a.m. Remember, these and more stories are available on our website. Our website is www.zbcnews.co.za.
Or you can get in touch with us on our social media handles, that is at ZBC News Online.
And here are stories still to come in this bulletin.
And in sport, Take Sure Chinyama bounces back at Dynamos as Strikers development coach. The main news takes a breather. We'll be back with you shortly.
Shark on the line.
He took my fish.
Did you see that? I just was like, what?
I really want you to find someone nice who would mean the world to you and make you so happy.
Bernardo Silva, Stones, Foden, a little bit of time. Oh, what a shot! What a goal! What a player!
Now this is banking redefined. Deposits done. Withdrawals easy. All in one smooth move. Sleek, chic, always on. Your new Stanbic Bank ATM is here. Withdraw USD cash anytime, any day using any Visa or MasterCard at our new Zimray Park ATM located at Puma Service Station, Zimray Park Turnoff. You can also deposit USD cash into any Stanbic Bank account. No more queues or inconvenient opening hours. Stanbic Bank is a registered commercial bank and a member of the Deposit Protection Scheme.
ZBC Current Affairs. Thriving for excellence and perfection in setting the agenda, shaping the Zimbabwean story and sustaining the narrative through detailed analysis and discussions, bringing to you polished live coverage of national events. We are ZBC Current Affairs, delivering to you the national budget, live parliamentary debates, independence, Heroes Day and Defense Forces events. We bring you insightful documentaries, special programs, and thought-provoking debates. ZBC Current Affairs. We are definitely Zimbabwean, telling an accurate, balanced, and unfettered Zimbabwean story.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The National Assembly resumed sittings this Tuesday, with lawmakers raising alarm over the widespread use of skin lightening creams, citing serious health risks associated with these products. Let's take a look at the following report.
Skin lightening products are found in almost every corner of streets in Harare and other urban areas. It is against this background that legislators are pushing for stricter penalties on peddlers of such products.
Mukuongorora huipi hwezvitsvukiso ndakasanganawo nokuziva kuti kuunyana kweganda kuya kunoita sokuti munhu aonekwe seachembera kunogona kuuyawo kuburikidza nokushandisa zvinotsvukisa izvozvi. Makanda edu anogona kuwana chirwere chekensa kuburikidza nezvitsvukiso izvozvi.
Nxa usuhamba endaweni elelanga uzabona lapho okungani kule thambo eliseduze khona ususitsha usisibabomvu kakhulu ngoba ijwabu lakho sulisebenzisa ayisilo ijwabu owakhula lalo.
Kumeso wese njena kuti benji mwili wese makumbo kuti ndo ayo wachinosekesa.
This points to a need for stronger inter-agency coordination between ZIMRA, the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe, and the Ministry of Health and Child Care to ensure that prohibited products do not reach consumers.
Some are calling for aggressive public education campaigns to raise awareness about the dangers associated with these products.
Many of our fellow citizens, especially in the rural area, peri-urban areas, are making these choices without understanding the long-term consequences. The lack of awareness is what is genuinely concerning. As lawmakers, we are duty-bound to ensure that every citizen has access to accurate health information and is protected from misleading or dangerous products.
While the debate continues, it emerged that many of the skin lightening products being used locally are neither tested nor approved by the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Mount Hamden.
Let's all make wise and healthy decisions, and knowing that black is still beautiful. It's now time to cross over to our Montrose studios in Blair, where we join Dora Ngube to give us more news. A very good evening to you, Dora.
Good evening, Joyce and Zain. Thank you so much for taking us on. A lovely evening to our viewers from our Montrose News Desk. We continue with the main news. Matabeleland South Province has upscaled its waste management efforts, with mining companies operating in the province coming on board to provide sorting sites. The details.
One of the major headaches for local authorities in Matabeleland South Province is highway littering, which has also affected livestock production and above all led to massive environment pollution. It is against this background that mining firms in the province and other environmental stakeholders have come together to fight this challenge. In Gwanda, a group of women have come together and established a waste sorting center at Pakama.
We have already launched our collection center. We have one at Pakama Business Center, and the other one is in Wadi 5, 6, and 10. It's a collection where women are going house to house sorting waste. We convert it to cash.
Mining firms and other stakeholders in the province have also joined the cause by providing waste sorting sites.
We'll also adopt a stretch of the highway where we'll also ensure that there is zero waste in our community.
We've already one sorting site. We are going to increase those sorting sites so that the women in our ward can be able to pick and sort and store their waste in preparation for resale.
Officially rolling out the Zero Waste Management campaign in Gwanda this Tuesday, the Minister of State for Matabeleland South Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Albert Ngulube, called on local authorities to be proactive in waste management.
The provincial Zero Waste Movement rollout is expected to champion the sustainable waste agenda across the province. Our spouses, that is our women, should be given a chance to lead from the front. The Zero Waste Movement is a women's agenda, and all men and institutions are expected to support the global vision for the empowerment of women in waste management.
Launched in September 2024, the program aims to manage waste through community-based education on waste disposal, reuse and recycling. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Gwanda.
3 schools in Shurugwi Rural are undergoing major facelifts following the procurement of building materials through the Community Development Fund, CDF, a development set to improve infrastructure and learning standards in marginalized communities.
True to its mantra of leaving no one and no place behind in its development matrix, the Second Republic is walking the talk following the disbursement of the Community Development Fund, CDF, which has seen 3 rural schools in Shurugwi undergoing a major facelift. 3 schools, namely Tango Range Primary, Msawezi Primary and Chironde Primary School have benefited from the fund after being supplied with cement and other building materials.
Kanasi tawa kufara zvikuru community yose yamunoona apa wauya kuzowitinesa kuti chikoro chavo chavakwa. Bloku iri richatibatsira nokuda kuti tine dambudziko remaclassroom pano. Saka ndeimwe step yakakura zvikuru zvotaridza kuti MP vedu vanenge vari kufamba nechinangwa chemutungamiri wenyika chevision 2030.
Vachidzidza vakawandisa kana kuti ma3 classes vachidzidzira muklasi 1 vamwe vachigara pasi. Saka tinotenda nezvavatiitira zvitotenda kuti vana vedu vachadzidza vari panzvimbo yakasununguka.
Nasi uno tinotenda kuti izvo dambudziko riya pazvinozovhurwa zvikoro tetisira vana vanenge vakufunda mumaclasses vakakwana.
Shurugwi North Legislator Honorable Joseph Mpasi said government is working tirelessly to ensure universal access to education for all children and prepare them for a brighter future.
Kuna mawadi 5 atiri kutanga nawo gore rino. Gore rino uya toenda futi kuti kuna zvimwe zvikoro nemaclinics. Saka basa redu kuindira mberi toda kutenda hurumende yedu nemukana yavakatipa vakakurumidza kutipa mari kuti tikwanise kudevelopa mudunhu tichitenda baba vedu vaMnangagwa.
This infrastructure development reflects government's commitment to improving lives and learning standards across the country while also preparing learners for a brighter future. Karajushe, ZBC News, Shirogwe.
The government is scaling up the Presidential Emergency Medical Outreach Program across the country, with the Mutare Central Community being the latest to benefit from the initiative.
This Monday, a fleet of ambulances deployed in Mutare's oldest suburb of Sakuva attracted the attention of residents as the sick were taken to hospital to receive medical treatment free of charge. 68-year-old Gogo Evelyn Yampinga, who has not been able to walk for a year now, and 54-year-old Gogo Delaira Mawewesa are among the lucky beneficiaries of the Presidential Emergency Medical Outreach Program being implemented across the country.
Vane nyaya yemakumbo havasi kufamba, havasi kukwanisa kuti vakadya vanobudisa chikafu. Kasa zvinhu zvakatova nenguva vanazo.
Tinotenda nerubatsiro rwauya nekuti tiritarisira kuti gogo vachaita zvakanaka.
Gogo vakastroka. It's almost a month now vastroka. Tiri kunzwa kufara because tinoona kuti ticharerukirwawo pane mimwe mishonga yatanga tiri kutenga.
The initiative to assist the sick in Mutare Central follows an engagement between the ruling party officials and administrators of the Presidential Emergency Medical Outreach Program.
Takaengage vamwe makanselas emawadi akasiyana ezimutare Central. Tikaona kuti tibatsirike regai tiengage pane program yatakanzwa ye-Discovery Ambulance Services Presidential Healthcare Outreach. So takabata we-Discovery Ambulance wakaresponda zvakanaka.
Discovery Ambulance Services founder Mr. David Munowenyu revealed that the program is being scaled up across the country.
We're not only going to be doing this in Mutare, this is a government initiative by the people of Zimbabwe that have come together as councillors of different wards and chairpersons of different wards to say, you know, we've got particular situations that we need you to help us in as Discovery.
The drive to bring services to the people has been a key priority under the Second Republic, with the medical outreach missions among key initiatives to improve access to healthcare services. Kenya Sifuje, ZBC News, Mutare.
And that report taking us back to our Pocket Hill studios. For more news, Joyce, it's back to you.
Well, many thanks there to Durangube and our crew from our Montrose studios in Bulawayo. We continue from Pockets Hill. A ZANU-PF affiliate organization, Signatured, is gathering 3 million signatures from across the country in support of President Emmerson Mnangagwa's leadership. This was disclosed by the chairperson of the organization, Mr. Johannes Martin, during the launch of the initiative in Harare this Tuesday.
We then decided to form this organization to collect over 3 million signatures in all the constituencies, so that people can now see for themselves that ED is still popular and is still wanted by the people of Zimbabwe to lead. So right now we are starting in earnest to collect the signatures. Within a very short possible time, we'll collect all the signatures and then hand over them to whoever wants to see.
With several quarters endorsing the leadership of Comrade Mnangagwa, the president has, however, clarified on several fora that he is a constitutionalist and will not serve beyond 2028.
A Chinoi Deputy Mayor and Ward 14 Councillor Chipo Mlochwa has been sentenced to 3 years in prison following her conviction for fraud.
Mlochwa, who is a Triple C councillor, was convicted last week and sentenced this Monday after the state proved that she misrepresented to the municipality of Chinoi that she had not benefited from a residential stands discount scheme extended to serving councillors. Circumstances are that on the 23rd of July 2019, Mlochwa, acting on misrepresentation, was allocated a 2,500 square meter residential stand in Chinoi's low-density suburb of Mapako, valued at over 17,000 United States dollars and paid just above 10,000 United States dollars after a 40% discount. The court proved that Mlochwa had already benefited from the same facility in 2011 when she was allocated a residential stand in the town's Rujeko high-density suburb. Mlochwa will either serve 2 years in prison or perform at least 840 hours of community service at Alaska School commencing on the 12th of this month. 12 months of her initial 3-year sentence were suspended on condition that she does not commit a similar offense in the next 5 years.
The main news takes a breather. We'll be back shortly with business updates.
Some dream of greatness, others live it, but only a select few become the real champions. The wait is over. The highly anticipated FBC Zim Open 2025, proudly presented in association with ZHL and sanctioned by the Sunshine Tour, is finally here. From the 8th to the 11th of May 2025, the prestigious Royal Harare Golf Club will play host to a thrilling clash of world-class professional golfers. These champions in the making will stop at nothing to etch their names in history. Tickets are now available at the Royal Harare Golf Club Pro Shop and at the gates on tournament days. Get your tickets now and be part of this unforgettable experience. See you on the fairway.
Stay connected to DSTV this April and May and get all the football finals you want.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The Zimbabwe National Statistics Agency is collaborating with development partners to enhance its data collection and dissemination strategies, particularly now when government is working on the National Development Strategy 2.
As the clock winds down on the National Development Strategy 1, which lapses end of this year, data collection experts are already gearing to provide input for the success of the second phase of the blueprint, which kicks in next year. The Data for Development and Innovation Technical Working Group met in Harare this Tuesday as one of the precursor meetings to strengthen data collection and dissemination strategies in the country. According to Zemsted Director General Mr. Fazwa Bandama, the meeting provided a critical conduit for key exchange into data collection.
We are moving into the formulation of NDS2 as we fold NDS1. So data is required for evaluating how the country fared in the implementation of NDS1 and also providing data for the formulation of NDS2. And data is also required for the tracking of sustainable development goals.
Against this background, Zimstead says it is currently in the process of amending the Census and Statistics Act to ensure statistics are user-friendly. The United Nations, which co-chairs the working group, highlighted that this is a pivotal meeting, also key in tracking progress in the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals.
We look at the national vision of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe wants to become a middle-income country by 2030. So we have the national blueprint document, the NDS1, which is actually coming to an end, and we're in the process to support the government of Zimbabwe to work on the second NDS2. So this is a blueprint document that we say without data, we cannot track what that blueprint document is talking about for the people of Zimbabwe.
According to experts, enhanced data collection and dissemination will lead to improved outcomes for the country, hence the attainment of an upper middle income society status by 2030. Theophilus Chuma, ZBC News, Harare.
As I look at business news, let's now explore the world of the creatives. As Zimbabwe celebrates Culture Month, a group of determined women in Victoria Falls is telling the Zimbabwean culture through beadwork.
Local gospel sensation Snowy is leaving no stone unturned in his quest to share the message of hope through gospel music. The singer, who has been in the trade since 2018, has lined up a number of events, among them a tour of the UK at the end of this month.
On the 31st of May, I'll be in London, UK, doing the Grateful concert hosted by Eliana Makombe. We've got Spirit of Praise as an ensemble, and we have Minister Michael Maindere, we have Minister Tekshur. Soon after that, we are working on the next season concert, but not here in Bulawayo. We are targeting Vic Falls on the 20th of June, 2025. Then after that, we are working on a live recording, but this time we are not doing it here in Bulawayo. We are doing it in Harare.
With 3 albums to his name, Snowy is also targeting more collaborations going forward, saying they have proved effective in preaching the gospel through music. Born Siposenkosi Ncube, Snowy is determined to leave an indelible mark in the local gospel scene by using his powerful voice to preach the gospel.
And that's Bulawayo-based gospel musician Siposenkosi Ncube, popularly known as Snowy, who is preparing for a debut tour of the United Kingdom later this month. And that, putting a cap on the arts, we now await the sports segment, and that's our sports corner with Anna Shemrombedzi. Stay with us.
Thank you so much, Joyce. Time for sport. A government has expressed a commitment to make Zimbabwe a premier golf destination, and this was said by the Minister of Sports, Recreation, Arts and Culture, Honorable Lieutenant General retired Anselm Sanyatwe, when he launched the Zimbabwe Open Golf Tournament in Harare this Monday. Moving on, Bulawayo Giants, Highlanders and former champions FC Platinum will clash in a highly anticipated Kaswalaga Premier Soccer League match day 11 at Barberfield Stadium this Saturday.
The tension between the two sides is palpable, fueled by an explosive past. In 2022, their back-to-back matches were abandoned due to violence and hooliganism. Last season, FC Platinum dominated the tie, winning both home and away. Highlanders will be looking to avenge those losses and maintain their winning streak after a 2-0 victory over Yada last week. On the other hand, FC Platinum have been stuck in a draw-filled spell, with their last match ending goalless against Ngezi Platinum in a thrilling Platinum derby. The visitors sit 8th with 14 points, while Highlanders are 4th with 17 points. Meanwhile, matchday 11 fixtures are action-packed with other exciting matches, including the clash between log leaders Moes and Tail 1 at Ngoni Stadium. Green Fuel face off Manica Diamonds at the Green Fuel Arena. Capes United will be up against Rangers at Rufaro Stadium. Ngezi Platinum welcomes at PC Kariba at Boabab Stadium, and Bikita Minerals entertain Yada at Gibo Stadium. On Sunday, New Boys Scotland and champions Simba Bora will clash at Rufaro Stadium. Kwekwe United play Chicken Inn at Bata, and Triangle lock horns with Dynamos at Gibo Stadium.
Harare Giants Dynamos added former striker Tekshua Chinyama to their technical department in a development meant to cure the club's lack of goals in the Castle Laga Premier Soccer League. In a statement posted on the team's social media handles, Dimbare confirmed the appointment of Chinyama as the new striker's development coach and one of the assistants coach to coach Lloyd Chigoe. Dynamos are struggling up front in the league after scoring just 2 goals in the opening 10 games of the 2025 PSL season. Chinyama played for Dynamos among other clubs locally and also had stints in South Africa and Poland during his playing career, spanning almost 2 decades. He's a holder of a UEFA B license. The Zimbabwe women's under-17 and under-20 football teams will have a busy fixture this month, where the two sides are set to partake in the COSAFA tournament and World Cup qualifiers.
Action in the Zimbabwe Women Premier League will go for a breather this month to pave way for the young Mighty Warriors to take part in the COSAFA tournament and World Cup qualifiers. The under-17 team will take part in a COSAFA tournament in Windhoek, Namibia from the 10th to the 16th of May, while the under-20 side will face Rwanda in 2 back-to-back World Cup qualifier matches set for the 11th and the 14th of this month. Under-17 team head coach Lindwe Ndlovu and the under-20 team counterpart Gatli Chipuka have named the squads to do duty for the upcoming tournament. Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe Football Association ZIFA is prioritizing human capital development after seconding Mighty Warriors head coach Tetelelo Kwinjisibanda for the CAF Women Instructors Development Workshop in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Mthokozi Dube, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
That's it from the Sports Corner, where the report in focus is up next.
Good evening, Zimbabwe, and thank you for joining us in today's edition of the Weather Report and Focus. My name is Baba Maketa. Our temperatures are becoming low as we approach winter, and as of this morning, we had some ground frost recorded over Nyanga as well as KZ Met offices. The same is also expected over the coming few days. We're expecting mostly sunny conditions throughout the day, and these conditions in the morning are conducive for ground frost, and therefore, getting into tomorrow, we're expecting some ground frost in elevated areas. But on Friday up to Sunday, we're expecting some shift in the prevailing weather conditions. We're expecting some cloudy conditions over some areas, and it should also be windy, and therefore temperatures in the afternoon should be lower. Now, this evening into tomorrow, we're expecting again lower temperatures, especially over the central watershed, where temperatures will be between 8 and 9 degrees Celsius, but elsewhere, we're expecting temperatures between 11 and 16 degrees Celsius in the morning. And in the afternoon, we're expecting temperatures not to exceed 28 degrees Celsius, especially over our valleys, and the rest of the country should be around 23 and 26 degrees Celsius. Now, let us take a look at the detailed forecast for our major holiday resort areas and major cities. Starting with Bulawayo, we are expecting cold morning conditions with sunny afternoons, and we are also expecting some windy conditions on Monday and Tuesday next week. In Matobo, the same situation is expected, cold mornings from Wednesday up to Sunday, but we're expecting cloudy conditions on Monday as well as Tuesday. In Gwanda, the same situation again is expected, and temperatures can go to as low as 20 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. In Masingo, again, windy conditions are expected on Monday and Tuesday next week, but the rest of the week is mostly sunny. Gweru, sunny conditions again. Kwekwe, cold in the morning and sunny in the afternoon. Kadoma, the same situation, and temperatures won't go above 29 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Harare, mostly sunny conditions are expected for the greater part of the week. In Chinoi, again, mostly sunny conditions are expected. Lupane, the same situation. In Victoria Falls, temperatures can go up to 30, but not greater than that. Victoria Kariba, the same situation. Bindura, mostly sunny conditions, but cold in the morning. Marondra will be cold in the morning again, but it should be windy on Tuesday. Mnyanga, cold conditions are expected throughout the forecast week. Now, Zimbabwe, that's all we had for you in this edition of the Weather Report and Forecast. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your viewing.
Well, thank you, Baba Maketa, for the weather report and forecast, and that putting a cap on this edition of the main news from all of us here. It's good night.
Good night.